go ahead and set up I know we're still out, but let's go ahead and set up the spending plan for July. So let's go ahead and say that we have actually paycheck one. You get paid every 2 weeks, so you have paycheck one, paycheck two. You bring in $500 after taxes. So now we work our way down and see which of these expenses we have to fill out. We know we have a mortgage. We know we have a rent. So go ahead and put that number in there. Electricity, cable, any other expenses you can think of, gas, groceries, food, restaurants, spending money, clothing, phone. Go ahead and capture those. Put them in there. So now, before the money even hits your pocket or even hits your account, you know that $200 for that month is going to be allocated, or it's going to be spent on entertainment. And then $50 of that month has to go on pets. So let's go ahead and, so now we know that our budget is filled out and it's ready to go. So now what we need to do is go ahead and say, for example, we already spent or paid our mortgage rent. So we'll go ahead and capture that, showing that we spent $100 of $100. So we have $0 remaining that needs to be paid for rent. So now if we look at it, it shows that we spent $900 or $100. So that means that we have $900 remaining. So now let's go ahead and work our way down here. Go ahead and capture this cost or this expense, type it in there. Boom, it's done. You have spent $20. So now we know that we spent $120 and you have $880 left. So the thing is that you work these expenses at the beginning of the month, or if it's on a pay period, and you sit down and put a place for that dollar, for that find a home for that money. Pretty straightforward. Again, I did not do the charts and graphs. I imagine that it's pretty fancy and pretty neat, but for my purposes, I just like looking at the numbers themselves and working it that way. Accounts, I didn't connect with my bank or sync it with my bank because I just had too many accounts already going in there, and I'd rather not mess with it. Transactions shows we haven't spent anything. Again, let's refresh this. Okay. It shows we actually spent something here. So actually, because I'm working in the month of July, it's not working that way. But let's go to another month, May, and let's see what that does. See, so as you enter the expenses, you don't have to go through the list and try to find where you spend the money. Although color coded, green tells you it's been spent, and blue tells you it's not spent yet. So this will capture those expenses for you, and you know which ones have already been paid and which ones are outstanding. So pretty straightforward. Again, this is an app that you can use. There's many. This is a free one, so I would encourage you to start looking at those free ones first and decide if this is a tool that you can use. And obviously, the more you use it, the better off it becomes, and it's almost it'll get set on autopilot for you, and you can just revise it every once in a while for special occasions, holidays.